Yeah, I'm gonna go. We're getting in all the way, aren't we?
That's alright, try it, alright. You put the tree, man.
Yeah, the tree eye and the lighting.
Come back, it's like...
Here he comes.
Not enough speed. That's alright.
Sick.
Thanks for joining, guys. So this is going to be just my first impressions on the X-Way over a 2-week period. First impressions being not just what I think of the wheel aesthetically. So obviously we put it through its paces in the last couple of days, taking it to a few jump tracks, seeing how it handles in the air and just on and off road. Same with big staircases and stuff like that. I put through its tests on that, so I could basically fine tune the suspension and see how well that's going to work. So I will run through a few bits on my phone and I will throw some overlays up on the video as I go. I'll do a little talk through now of the impressions of what I think of the wheel so far. As I say, I've only had it 2 weeks, but yeah, we'll get the talk done first and then you can watch the rest of the video of me and some of the lads jumping a few of the different bike parks we took it to, and just some of the staircases and stuff like that that we obviously tried and sorted out. So first off, this is the 134 volt version, 50S batteries, 2400 watt. There is another variant wheel of this, which is the 168 volt wheel. That one doesn't really interest me, but I have been told I'm getting sent that one to be tested also, to compare them both against the other. Before we go into the detail on the X-Way, everybody keeps asking me about the Extreme. How does it compare to the Extreme? So we'll get that out of the way now. The X-Way is not an Extreme. We'll just, it's not. Like, every wheel's different. I'm not digging on the Extreme, I'm not digging on the X-Way or Leapicum or anything else. If the wheel's good and it acts good in the air and things like that, then I like it. I don't diss any other companies. If there's something wrong with this, I'll tell you. I've told beode as well. I'm going to be honest about the wheel because they need honest feedback so it can be improved, just like it was with the jump firmware. So if you remember, coming up to a year and a half now, I think, when we worked on the jump firmware anyway, and I've got that sorted with beode, and we've noticed on the X-Way, it still needs a little bit more tweaking for the firmware in the air. It does beep a little bit early, so in the videos you'll see soon, you'll see a lot of ride error. I was trying to push it on some of the lips, and there's obviously these are all new jumps as well, so we were casing a lot of them first and building up the lines. But I will leave all the audio on them videos so you can hear how it's acting and performing. I will say, when I got the wheel, it was fine. The seat, it's I don't know if you can see that on the camera. On the seat, it was really good. It come down and it wouldn't flap. After about 2 or 3 jump sessions, you constantly just get that now. So the screws definitely need to be tightened up and made better. Yeah, okay, so we'll get back to why it's not an Extreme. So obviously you've got a C40 motor and a C36 or C38 I think in the X-Way. So obviously they're different motors, but in it from a jumper point of view, like the Extreme is amazing off-road and for trails because it's just low to the ground, nimble. The X-Way, as soon as you're standing on the X-Way, it's like you're on a horse. It's huge, so it's something to adjust to, but like any new wheel, we all adjust to them and figure out, you know, what's the best way of riding them. I've been loving it so far, don't get me wrong. I wasn't overly keen at first, but yeah, after a few hours, I did really start to like it. I haven't noticed any more torque in the X-Way than the Extreme, or the Extreme being better than the X-Way, because to be honest with you, on jumps and stuff like that, the bigger wheel, you're not having to give it as much as you would on the Extreme. And it's the same vice versa. So the bigger wheel diameter and obviously the pedal height clearance comes into play big time on that. For speed wise, I won't be comparing them because they're about the same anyway. But for me, on my personal use, I'd say the 20-inch is hands down the better. So obviously on that saying, is that me saying that it's better than the Extreme? Again, no, every wheel has its place. So I've got my Extreme, yes, I am considering selling it, but that's not because of the X-Way, and that's not because it's going to take over it. I don't need multiple wheels. But if I was going to be just doing trails and little jumps and stuff like that, then I'd definitely be taking the Extreme all day long. But for the bigger jump parks and the more gnarlier trails and stuff, I definitely want a 20-inch wheel, whether that be a Lynx or the X-Way or the Apex that's coming out. I'd like to try that one, just for the suspension design. It's like any new wheel, they're all going to have the problems. These are going to have problems. So beode already know about the headlight on the back of it. They've done a big heatsink, which is different to the Blitz, but it is really sharp, so it's biting into the motor cable. So they are sorting that out. And then obviously on the left side of the wheel it's got the charge port, but on the right there's supposed to be a USB port. So that will be coming on the production models, and I think there'll also be an option for people to have the lights down the front like you've got on the Blitz. You've got 2 ports just underneath the light for them as well, but there's no cap covers that come in them, which is a bit silly because obviously water can get into that. Yeah, what else before I start putting my overlay videos up? I apologise for all that and this, but I'm trying to do this video in one take. As I say, I've been out testing it for 2 weeks. I don't want to be spending ages trying to get a first impressions video out. I'm not going to start lying and hide things that aren't good on the wheel so far, because beode need to know about that and hopefully implied to the production models. So the pads, I've changed them when I've gone jumping, but that's only been since yesterday. So for the first week and a half I was using the standard pads that come with the X-Way, which are here. But yeah, they are really thin, so you do really sort of need to hug the wheel for any sort of performance riding. If they were doubled up, that would absolutely be perfect. That's probably about the size of one of my pads that I ride now. So yeah, these X-Way pads, they would actually be, again, X-Way pads, you can probably see the X there now. Yeah, they are really good, but they need to be wider. The pedals, I've heard a few people say they're the same as the Blitz. They're not. If you have a look underneath the Blitz, they're all cut out. On these ones, there's no cutout marks. They are nice and lightweight. The pedal hangers are even different to the Blitz. I'll try and put an overlay up of show one of the Blitz, which has got 6 mountain holes, and on the X-Way it only has 4. So 4. I don't even know if these are 6 mountain. I haven't got a tape measure, but I'll try and show this to the camera. So it's 4 of these bolts, that's all that's holding each pedal hanger up. Now, don't get me wrong, it hasn't let me down yet, and I've checked it today, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of give or anything on it. So yeah, so far they're holding up, but that, as a jumper, that's a worry for me, because on the Extreme, if you have a look at the pedal hangers on there, they're really thick, and I think there's about 6 to 8 screws on there, and they are just like the motorball holes. So that's something to be aware of and just keep an eye on. What else have I noticed? So on the front of the X-Way in the centre, it has a metal plate, and it has the same on the mudguard at the back, on the kickstand at the back. You will start to notice when you've tuned your suspension in and stuff, you think, wow, it's still doing a bit of clanking. But it's actually the mudguard hitting the metal bracket that's on the centerpiece of the back mudguard on the X-Way. So if you can put a bit of Velcro or foam there, that will actually dampen that sound down for you as well. Yeah, there's a lot of ways of fine-tuning the suspension. I actually do really like it. I think I'll be fine to leave the suspension on the X-Way. I normally always change mine over to Vince's X linkage, which has always performed amazing for me. But in all honesty, with this X-Way, I don't think that I am going to need that at all. The seat, yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's a good seat, it works well. There's a battery management system that you can see on the top. If you look on the top front left. What else? Yeah, the seat needs work. There's definitely something else that I needed to mention on this wheel. Yeah, it is, I'd say, so only 2 big jumping sessions, and it is a bit squeaky going around the tracks, but I will rip down the wheel and see whether they've even greased the sliders and stuff. I've ripped it down once. I didn't check the sliders, but I did check everything else. That was when I was engraving the wheel, because I wanted to check whether they had gave me the upgraded motor. If you notice, Beode posted at the Chinese convention, and they had this was meant to be the Jump Master or something, and they showed the new motor mount, which basically had 6 holes on one side and 5 on the other. Now, anybody who's got Beode wheels or know Beode wheels, it's normally 3 mounting holes on one side and 4 on the other, and then there's always that little bit of give back and forward. Yeah, that's always been a bit of worry to me, so that was something through the X-Way project that I was part of, to make sure that they try and make it a bit stronger, because as a jumper that's always a worry. So they've done 6 on one side and it should be 5 on the other. When I strip this X-Way down, I'll put an overlay up here, you'll notice again it's got the same motor as what comes with the Blitz, so it's got 4 on one side and 3 on the other. But my sanctions, again there's another overlay, are the new sanctions, so it's got 6 holes and 5 on the other. So obviously I've spoken to Beode, and yes, they are shipping me out the new motor, but it is the motor that comes with the 1.3 X-Way, but it is also on the Blitz. Getting a bit tongue-tied with everything I need to tell you. Yeah, so that's something that is getting sorted out as well. Don't get me wrong, Beode are listening to what needs fixing. I'm sort of implying that and getting it done straight away, so I've got nothing to moan about there, but I'm also not going to, as I said to you, hide the facts of these little things that might stop you from buying the wheel. But yeah, so far I'm loving it. I can't say I'm not. The hard and the soft setting is really easy to adjust. You know, it's not hard to carry one Allen key around with you, and that basically will do everything you need for your suspension. But I set mine up one way and I'll leave it how it is, and that's absolutely fine for me. The headlight, yeah, it is adjustable all the way down, and it is also pretty bright. Not that I ever use with headlights, to be honest. So yeah, it's not a bad little glow. Adjustable. Now I've got that out of the way, I would say that so far it's a great wheel, but again, I've had it for 2 weeks, I'm still testing it. So my first impressions is the 2 weeks of testing. As you can see, it's absolutely filthy for what we put it through. I've had four people test it so far. They've all had a little jump on it and stuff. Hopefully you'll see a few of their videos on the internet of riding it, but everyone seems to like it so far. But you know, anybody likes any new wheel the first time they step on it. It's the excitement and stuff, so that's why I say you can't really give your first impressions or thoughts within like the first 24 hours. But yeah, it's holding up, so fingers crossed it holds up with the abuse that it's going to take, because I do want to take it on some really bigger jump tracks. So yeah, we did go down to, what was it? So yeah, right, let me just check, see if there was anything else that I needed to mention or pull up on an overlay before I stop talking your head off and let you start watching some of the videos of what we checked out. Right, so the videos I put up now will be the stair tests that I like to call them, fine tuning my suspension in. So I got it set up probably after about 24 hours properly. Took me a while to realise that the mudguard actually hits the plate on the back kickstand. So you need to be aware of that, otherwise you will start to think that you're just bottoming out constantly. Okay, so stair drops that you see, and then there'll be one in the dark, that'll be the last one that I'll put up in a second. So the one in the dark on the last set that I come down, that's me thinking I'm bottoming out. It's actually not. The mudguard, as soon as it hits that, the back kickstand, you see all the mud come shooting out from the front of my wheel as well. Yeah, the torque on the wheel, the speed, it's fine for what it is for 134 volts. I've had 48 miles per hour. That is wheel speed, not GPS speed. I don't do all that kind of crap. And that was at 80% battery. I wasn't even pushing it, to be honest with you. It's the thing with these 20-inch wheels and stuff, you don't feel like you're going as fast as you would be on the extreme and stuff. But yeah, the pedal clearance, I've left it in the standard that it came with, so it's like one up from the battery boxes. Now I was going to drop it down to be flush with the battery boxes, but I'm actually quite enjoying it being that high. Right, okay, so these videos, so it'll be the stair drops, you'll sort of listen to how it is on that, and then I'll start to get into the jump videos, and but there was a couple of the pump track, we just trying to check on how it was performing on basic jumps and how it was taking the landings. Was it absorbing it, or was it just pogoing you off? Yeah, to be honest, there's probably quite a bit more that I could be telling you as well, but it's been a long 2 weeks, and as I say, I haven't got the effort to even be breaking these videos down and doing another one for you, so hopefully this is going to be enough. Probably sound half asleep doing it, but yeah. Alright, so we'll start the videos and you can watch some of the jump lines that we managed to hit.
Alright, okay. I nearly went past it as well. I'm looking at the light now. Just walking. Oh yeah, that's too far now. That's stopping now.
The reason I say about the sanctions and the motor thing, because if you're buying this wheel, you should expect to get it with the new motor, so the 6 and the 5 mounting holes at least on each side. It's not a massive thing to most people, but I know a lot of people don't want it, so just check it, just check that you've got what you paid for, basically. All these little naggly bits like the motor cable, gripping on the light, USB port, all that should be there on the production model. Obviously you're not going to have the engraving. If you want something like that, you can come to me. Or you can have a go at it yourself. It's a fun process, I'm not going to lie. But you know, it's pretty pointless if your wheel's going to look like this 2 days after you engrave it. But that's me. I like to ride, but I like the wheel to look nice as well, so we'll see what it looks like when it's clean. Okay, so the videos, first place, just trying to find out where we was. So it's called Dirt Jumps and Free Ride Trails. And yeah, when we got there, you'll see in the video, it was absolutely sloppy. It must have been raining for a few days, even though it's saying it wasn't. None of the jumps were really doable, but me and a few of the lads went for a couple of them anyway. I managed to hit the big scap jump that they've got there. I think it's called the Bomber. Not going to lie, I didn't think I was getting over the finger first, but it wasn't too bad. So yeah, we give up on that one, then travelled out another hour up to Northampton Bike Park. Now, if you're in the UK, that's one to go and check out. There's some huge tables there, some really technical trails, but some nice flowy trails as well. And you've got red, blues, and black diamonds. And I think we managed to hit all the lines probably a good 20-30 times each. We had the whole place to ourselves in the afternoon. There was only a couple of families there earlier on in the morning. There was one line that was nagging me all day, so I was dying to tick it off my list. A massive drop down, got to be at least 25 foot, and then send you straight into another big jump. But they're pretty technical because they're all these big jumps are coming up after sharp turns or sharp berms, which you'll see in the video. A few of us had a few offs. I had an off in the bike park we went this morning, and luckily enough I got away with all my antics for the day at the Northampton Bike Park. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you to it because I need to sleep. I'm gonna put these videos on for you to watch, so I hope you enjoy. Anything else that you actually want to know about the wheel, send me an inbox, or anything you want to be shown in videos, because my next video on this wheel is probably really going to be just on me jumping it and seeing how big of a jump it can actually stay stable in the air and react well. That's what I personally want to test out on the wheel, because I need it to be able to do like 50-foot jumps and stuff like that. We've got a few places in the UK, yeah, and they've got jumps that are bigger than that, you know what I mean? But that's my next goal, to at least to do a 50-foot jump. We've got the 40, I've got a 30, so yeah, the 50 is the next one under my belt. But yeah, UK weather, it's not the best time at the moment, so that's on hold till after Christmas. Right, anyway guys, enjoy the video, I'll see you in the next one.
Today we come down to the Free Riders Park. There jumps and free ride trails, free to anybody that wants to ride, built by the local riders, but look at the conditions. Yeah, pretty dreadful, but me and a few of the lads are still here, still hitting a few of them. As you can see, the extreme sloppy wet mud, but we're here enjoying the jumps and seeing what we can get away with. Does look like when we have to come back on a drier day, none of them are much use at the moment, but that being said, they're manageable. You can keep your wheel straight. It's easier than that one, just to avoid like all that slippy mud. You going?
Yeah, I'm not doing the top one yet. Alright, you say that one, yeah.
Perfect! Woo! Big boy! Whoa! You see that drift? Yes, yeah.
So that there was it, yeah.
We're on the hills as well from the golf course. Yes. Whoa! Love that. Well, a bit too high. better, man. Yeah, it looks better, doesn't it? For them all, mate, and just landed in a dip. Right. Want to try the other line or?
Yeah. Try it, yeah. You do that second jump.
Whoa!
100%.
Anyone down there was alright.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
See you down that way, I was getting down there.
Stick to the left though, so when you go down, split off, stick to the left. It's better. Yeah, there's some tabletops, not any big ones like. But if you can get some speed up in there, you might get one.
Hey, before I go. I want to get that step down. I'm nearly there now.
I'm just buzzing
We've
at
got
the
Hampton Forest, which is about an hour away from
Ken
us.
did it as well.
That's got some nice trails in there, all in the woodland and stuff like that.
Okay.
Quite a lot.
Seen the lift coming up, man, and just thought, I'm hitting that. It's not easy, like, is it? No.
Piece of kit, like.
Hopefully not me.
I hate someone behind me.